Enough with the introduction. Let's dive into my question. Recently, I came across a sentence that is, for many people, alas, hunger is part of everyday life. I feel like the word alas here is an exclamation, which I don't see that much, if at all. I would like to hear your thoughts on the meaning of that word and also on what other words we can use to get a similar meaning. Thanks a lot in advance. I hope you'll be answering my question. Kadir, 18, from Turkey. So Kadir is getting ready for college. That is so cool.
Yeah. Well, maybe by the time when this episode comes out, I don't know, maybe you'll have started already. I don't know, but good luck. Yeah, we wish you a great year. Wow, how exciting.
Yeah, he's got a really solid head start on his English, and I think he's going to be headed for really good things with those English skills that he has. That is so cool.
Yay. Good luck.
All right. So, Michelle, how are we going to dive into this today?
Yeah, well, I think this is a really good question. I mean, do you know this word, alas, Lindsay? Have you heard it before?
For sure. I have definitely heard it. It's not one that I use. It's just not really in my vocabulary. It's not something I necessarily feel comfortable using, but I definitely hear it all the time, especially, I mean, it sounds smart. It sounds articulate. It sounds intellectual, in my opinion. What do you think?
For sure. I agree with everything you just said. Of course I know this word. I don't know that, like that example that I just said to you about, oh, but alas, it was raining. There's no way I would have ever said that to you like that. I would have never said it to you with a laugh.
Some people
would,
so? Right? I think so. I think it's kind of got this tinge to it of like artsiness, like poetic, like someone who's trying to be poetic or trying to be like melancholy in the way they're speaking.
Alas,
yeah, a little artsy. It's got that
that's true
twist to it. Some people would, but only if they're trying to like emphasize that they want to be a little bit melancholy.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, I think that it can be used, but I wouldn't be using it just like, oh, but alas, it was raining. Like, that's too casual. But if I want to be like a little bit dramatic, or maybe even trying to be a little bit funny, just like in the drama of it all, like, oh, but alas, it was raining, you know?
Yeah, it's definitely like kind of when you feel like you're kind of on stage, not literally on stage, but you want to convey a certain emotion and you want to kind of animate your speaking a little bit.
Right. So, all right. So what does it mean? So in the dictionary, it says that it is used to express unhappiness, pity, or concern. So in my example with the beach, it's like unhappiness. Oh, but alas, it was raining. But in Kadir's example, about hunger, it means kind of something very similar, but like, feeling concern more, I guess, for many people, alas, hunger is a part of everyday life. It's kind of like,
right.
Yeah. So that's what I would say. But some other examples could be, she thought she had the job, but alas, they gave it to someone else, right?
Yeah, exactly. So clearly this word can be used for a bunch of different scenarios, right?
Yeah.
Something as simple as it's raining to talking about a much more serious topic like hunger around the world, right? So it's obviously quite dynamic.
That's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. What else, Michelle?
Yeah, well, you could say, oh, I called him, but alas, he did not pick up. Something like that. Yeah, that's like, these are things, I think that's a good point, Lindsay, that it can be used from something really terrible to something just, not so terrible when you kind of, if it's not so terrible, you're trying to be like kind of cute or a little bit dramatic. That's what I think.
Yeah, a little poetic, a little dramatic, a little artsy. That's how I think of it. Sometimes... I don't know. Sometimes I roll my eyes when I hear it. It's just a little bit too much sometimes, just trying to sound a little too poetic and artsy, but it depends on who it's coming from. So guys, just listen for it. That's the key, and see if you want to add it to your vocabulary. That's kind of your choice, right?
Definitely. Yeah. So, I mean, I could also see it in a book or something like that, but, So, guys, Lindsay and I don't really use this word, but, you may decide that you want to, or you might hear somebody use it in a funny way or just a kind of silly way or something like that. So, but there are other ways that we can express this. And it's important to know how to express this because I think that it enhances connection, right? Because you're sharing your emotions about something. You're saying, oh, but this happened, right? It's kind of a good add-on to kind of make the phrase deeper or whatever you're trying to say, get someone to understand how you